Hello, Resident Evil fans. We are back again with RE4 Knife Only Run. This would be part 2. We're starting where we left off in the last episode. And yeah, we just have no gear, and we're going to grab some knives and healing items. But before I do any narrating, I'm going to mention that this is not going to be scripted. This is all going to be off the top of my head. The last video took too long, and the quality of it was not quite up to par. And so I'm not entirely certain if I'm going to even continue this series with this type of quality, because the way I'm editing it and everything, it requires quite a bit of work, and it also dumbs down the video quality quite a lot. So I'm thinking that either I'm going to stop with this series or just make a few more episodes and have no scripting, just some basic editing, and I'm just going to freehand it with the narration. I simply just don't have the stuff to really make high quality content. Like, I'm trying to get my videos, at the basic 1080p and all that, but for some reason it's just really challenging. The way I'm uploading them and editing them, it doesn't upload at that. It just kind of looks really blurry. I mean, you can see the pixels. I could practically count the pixels on my last video. So I think I'm just going to stick to recording on my PlayStation 5, and you'll have live commentary and all that good stuff, and I'm just going to upload it from there. I might cut it down a little bit if it's too lengthy or whatever, but no special editing anymore. I'm just going to, continue to do what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm going to be a really casual YouTuber. I don't think I'm going to invest a lot of time in trying to edit videos and everything, because I just don't know if it's worth it. If I start gaining a big following, then I'll have no problem going right back to that. But for now, yeah, I'm just going to stick to the simplicity. But with all that being said and out of the way, let's get back to the game. As you saw there, I skipped the cutscene where you get introduced to the merchant. But yeah, I completed one of the contracts, and I'm starting to sell some stuff here. I'm going to save the flagon, and I'm going to sell all of my guns, because knife only. I need all of the pesetas I can get. And yeah, I'm just going to save up from here and scroll through everything. I even sell my handgun ammo, what little I had. But yeah, I'm going to keep the healing stuff, resources, and gunpowder and all that goes towards my money. And as you can see, I have 74,000 already. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my knife as much as I can and repair. And yeah, these knives are ready to rock and roll. After doing all that, I'm preparing myself for the next section, which is going to be a bit challenging. I think I'm going to opt to just run through most of it without any conflict, really, because there's a lot of dynamite villagers there, and anything can go wrong in a Resident Evil run like this. So I'm just going to quickly organize my inventory, and yeah, I'll be ready to head over there. I took care of the villager lady waiting for me, and I quickly just climb up the ladder. I gotta say, this place is visually stunning, if you can even see it in my recording through all the pixels. But right here, I thought I could just book it straight to the dynamite guy and get rid of him so he wouldn't cause any problems, but instead he just ends up grabbing me, so I have to stab him and completely miss my slash like a tool. And he goes down pretty easily, though, thankfully, and I just run over here. I have to heal, obviously, because his grab was enough to half health me. And yeah, so I try to get to the puzzle part as fast as I can. I take out this lady so she doesn't whack me and take more health. She stuns, so I use this opportunity to go. Dynamite guy nearly gets me, barely throws the dynamite. I'm pretty sure it kills him. I try to slash that guy and give up for some reason, and I just keep getting stumbled around and bumped on, all kinds of crazy stuff, and it gets pretty chaotic. I take a hit from the axe, and I'm trying to think of where I could go, so I just go down here. I cut that lady's arm off. Luckily, there's dynamite in there, so I quickly jump out. I have to heal again, and yeah, I'm like all over the place. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm getting grabbed. This did not go well for me. Usually I just get through this part pretty easily, but man, this run really destroyed that reputation for me. Chaos kind of calms down a little bit. I can get by that guy for free. I don't know what he was doing. He was just looking the opposite way. I was a bit nervous for up here because there is a lot of stuff going on, dynamite and everything, but I figured if I could bait this dynamite guy to throw it right there, it would explode and blow up the barrel on all the villagers, which it does work. So I'm able to get on the wheel and open up the gate, and I just quickly beeline it down the roof just to get out of here because I don't want to deal with this chaos anymore. Yeah, it's pretty free and open. A couple other runs I've done, this part right here isn't usually open like that. There's usually a couple villagers waiting, but we made it through for free. And I'm going to skip forward to the Big Cheese, introduced to him for the first time in the game, and we're ready to rock for the next chapter. I free the dog because he's going to be useful later on, and then I use the key to open up the gates. I loot the cave shack, and I'm quickly disappointed because there's nothing really in there. So I make my way forward, and a big explosion causes the tower to collapse, and right here I decide that I don't feel like fighting the dogs with a knife just yet. So I run into the building, and I'm met with this villager, and she chases me, so I decide it's time to get her out of the way, and the fight goes pretty smooth. Here I burst through the door, and I'm met with this villager. I make quick work of her, not too much of a problem. Finish her with a nice roundhouse kick, and there will be another villager that tries to grab me outside the window. He's blocking my path, so I just get rid of him because I don't know if they're here when you have Ashley or not, so I just try to get rid of all the villagers as much as I can for that section. I quickly do another contract so I can get some more spinels, and I'm ready to face off some more villagers. This time they have Molotovs, and I'm dealing with a lot of fire, but I think I'll be alright. After frantically running around, I loot the little house there, and I actually get wombo comboed here. It's a pretty good move by the villagers, and it actually gets me to half health. So I decided to heal because I think I'm going to get hit again, and I'm going to go ahead and use the health increase healing now. And good thing I did heal because I actually do get hit, and before I knew it, I was cornered by quite a bit of villagers. They multiplied a lot and got me into the red. Not to mention, in the midst of all this, there's a viper also attacking me in all this chaos. So I gotta clear these people out, but luckily I'm able to clean through it and get out alive. Today just isn't my day because this villager tricks me like he was going to light me on fire, and instead he punches me, then lights me on fire, and after all of that, he's standing in the fire, still alive, and he goes to pull out another Molotov, so I quickly knock out of his hand, and I get the melee off on him and finish him before he can finish me. Like a coward, I decide to avoid the rest of the villagers because I wanted to save my healing for the boss fight coming up with El Gigante. So yeah, I just keep my healing for that. I'm going to take care of these dogs quickly and then make my way to go get the gasoline for the boat. This second dog actually tricks me, goes behind me, and makes me miss my jab and jumps on me, taking more health away. But I stab him in the neck and finish him off with 2 jabs, because I'm super determined to get to the boat section because I'm trying to shorten the length of the video at this point, and yeah, I'm just really determined and pushing forward. I spend the next bit of time looting this little section by the water. I'm going to speed it up for you guys so we can skip to the more action-y part, because all I'm doing is just running around, picking up loot, and looking in my inventory. After nearly falling to my death, I do the same strategy of baiting the hammer guy up a ladder and stabbing him as he climbs up in this part, and I'm probably going to let this one play out so you can see it normal speed and see how long it actually takes to do. It's not a very long process, it's just kind of repetitive, but it gets the job done. I destroy this blue medallion for some reason, knowing that I can't get the other ones in this collection for this contract, so yeah, it was pointless. But anyway, I assassinate that villager, and I try to bait this next villager that has no weapon. She just comes running up on me, and yeah, I'm trying to bait her, and she's just not taking the bait. So I finally get really close. Then she takes the bait. I chop her arm off like a G and knock her on her face and finish her off. And pretty much this whole section is just kind of chaotic, and yeah, pretty much the same thing as the whole run has been. Villager actually gets the best of me, and I accidentally use a non-healing item. All it did was increase my health, so I'm like, oh, okay. So I use one of my sprays, which I was trying to save for the boss fight, but I had to do what I had to do to survive. I'm pretty sure I take on some Vipers, so I can have them for extra healing as well later down the line. But for now, I'm just going to try my best not to take damage and just grab as much loot as I can. And this villager really wanted me, so I had to give him the pleasure of a fight. And, well, I win, of course. And I hope he was very satisfied with that outcome. I actually get jump scared right here because I did not realize that one of them was a parasite. So yeah, he grabbed me and did a little more damage, and I'm already pretty much back to where I was before I healed in the first place. So I'm kind of upset about that, but it's not a biggie. I just continue on and grab as much loot as I can, and I'm going to make a beeline straight for the gasoline soon. And yeah, get this part over with. This villager makes life easy and literally just backs up into their own trap and explodes. So yeah, they're out of the way. The fight with everyone's favorite salamander goes pretty good at the start, so I just cut it in half to save some more time. The fight goes good though, altogether. I do take one hit, so my bow is a little bit damaged, but I wasn't really focused, and I just kind of let it happen, because it's standard after all, so it's not a big deal. But I do land a lot of my spear hits, and yeah, eventually the salamander is done for. I skipped through the cutscene and everything and pushed forward to this part, which is the part where you get introduced to the bladed parasite thingy. And I gotta say, I struggled pretty hard with this part. I didn't know at first what I was gonna do, but I figured parrying him and just jabbing him as much as I could would eventually work. And yeah, I do have a hard time, and I take quite a bit of damage here. Not to mention another villager also gets involved too at some point. So yeah, this entire part was a bit stressful, but nothing too crazy. After nearly getting chopped to pieces, I get rid of the parasite, and well, just my luck, this guy turned into a parasite too, so I decide I'm just not gonna fight him and run straight to the next part. One boat ride later, and I am dealing with cave-dwelling villagers. This section is pretty difficult too. I am able to take care of this villager pretty easily, but there are dynamite villagers, Molotov villagers, and melee villagers. So they have all types of villagers in this cave for some reason. So yeah, I kind of just try to get rid of the dynamite guy first because he's going to cause issues. I thought the dynamite was going to explode in his hand, so I just backed off. I should have kicked him down. That would have been the better option. But instead, I figured I would just try to run over here and waste some more time. And the dynamite does explode, but I'm pretty sure he threw it. And I take a hit here. And yeah, it's not looking good for me. I almost get blown up, so I say, F it. I'm just going to run through this part and just get it done. I'm kind of in a hurry, so I screw up the puzzle, and yeah, I have it memorized, but of course, I screwed up thinking of the other puzzle, and I'm panicked, so I'm trying to get it done as fast as possible, but I get it my second try, and we got the first head that we need, and now let's go get the other one. The second head is a cakewalk. There's no villagers or anything, just the puzzle itself and a little bit of loot, so go ahead and type it in, and yeah, we're ready to get the church key. And here's the part I'm sure everyone's been waiting for, the El Gigante fight. Going into this, I had no thought process, really, no plans. The only technique I thought of is just going into the buildings every once in a while to bait him to get some free hits off, because there's only 2 buildings, so I'm going to have to limit this. So I'm just going to start the fight off by doing this, and this strategy involves me just poking him in his succulent man parts and, well, just getting hit and trying to heal and all that good stuff. Eventually, though, I do find out that this fight is not all it's chalked up to be. I actually figure out that you can run under his legs or run around him, and he does that stomp right there. And if you do it just right, he misses you every time, which means you can get free hits on his rear end, and, well, it does enough damage to eventually kill him. Side note, I actually died my first attempt fighting him, so I'm going to chop the video up, and when I kill him, you'll see it on my second attempt. But yeah, first attempt, he did a backswing on me, and it finished me off. After nearly throwing out Leon's shoulder from all the jabbing and slashing I was doing on the giant, the dog comes in for the rescue and, well, does nothing for me at this very moment. Just kind of sits over there and barks, and to make things worse, the giant now is double stomping every time I run behind him because he learned my tactics and he's really angry with me. But I eventually get him down on his hands and knees so I can get some free hits off on his parasite. This was a breath of relief, because, yeah, I was getting tired of just slashing him, and it was getting intense, and I was scared he was going to grab me or hit me. And so, yeah, the dog's going to come in and bite his ankle, making it where he gets distracted on the dog finally. So the dog came in clutch, which is nice, and I can just get free hits off on him. But instead, he decides to charge the rock wall here, and it collapses on him. This does give me the opportunity to get some good hits on his parasite, which is his critical spot. So yeah, I deal some decent damage here, and I avoid his swings because those big fists look like they're not fun to take to the face. And I try to do my technique here, just jab him in the back. He gets a backswing on me. It hurts, but I get right back up and just continue to swing on him. For some reason, he does go down right there, and I can't really determine why. I guess I did enough damage. But anyway, I get to slash his parasite again, and he's pretty low at this point, so I'm going to finish him off with a few more jabs. So I thought. I thought he was nearly dead, but it turns out he's still got quite a bit of health to go. So yeah, I opt to just go for the building here in a minute, do my first strategy, and get some free hits off on him when he grabs a building. But yeah, he grabs me right here, so I gotta stab him. And this is the point where I'm like, alright, yeah, I'm gonna do my strategy that I started with and go into the building real quick. I'm gonna pop a healing item, which the only thing I have left pretty much is the brown egg and that one herb combination. But I wanted to save that for later. So yeah, come in here, grab everything I can. Bunch of grenades in here. Kind of replenish the grenades that I sold earlier. And yeah, he goes for the grab on the building, and I stab his big stomach there and do a little more damage, and eventually this works pretty good and he does go down. Alright everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This one is going to be a bit longer than the last one, and this one may be the last one I have fully edited. We'll see how I feel about it, and you know, I want to see how you guys feel about it. So if you're not subscribed and you like my content and you think I have potential, please consider subscribing and liking. Thanks everyone, have a good day.